Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. All right, we should be good to go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, y'all? It is October the 24th. And we have a lot to talk about. And we did talk about Monday streams as well, why I was gone. But let's go ahead and get started in a few minutes. Hope you guys are having a good morning if you're watching this post stream. Hope you guys are having a good trading week as well. I'll make sure I'll go over my schedule, my new schedule, and any other announcements once we get more people here. But we're going to go ahead and start in the next 2 minutes. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and check Forex Factory, see if we have any news this morning. And also, excuse me guys, I am a bit sick. I'm recovering from a cold, so if you hear me coughing a lot or if I sound drowsy, because I'm still recovering from this cold. But other than that, I'm feeling great this morning. That's not going to stop me from trading, just letting you guys know. Okay, so we had a lot of news London session. And I did say I was going to start trading London on Tuesday. I did place a trade though. I just didn't record it. So I will have to start implementing that plan next week. London, I said London Tuesday and Thursday, right? Because sometimes you'll have a lot of announcements like this happen on a Tuesday and Thursday. So we had claiming count change, French flash manufacturing PMI, French flash services PMI, German flash manufacturing PMI, RBA government Bullock speaks, flash manufacturing services. So all these red folders that affected the pound and euro. So we had GBP at 2 o'clock. I did place a trade at around 2. And we'll talk about it in a second. And that was it. But I need to start recording that. So Tuesday and Thursdays will be my London days. And then Monday through Thursday will just be New York, 6:30 to 8:30. So that is completely on me, guys. I will implement that schedule heading into next week. But for now, we're just going to knock out New York for Tuesday, Wednesday. And I should be live again, London session, that Thursday morning before we have New York. So you'll get 4 lives since we missed yesterday. But yeah, 8:30, we don't have too much going on. 9:45, flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI on USD. If you guys don't know what that is, click on this folder. Why traders care. It's a leading indicator of economic health. Businesses react quickly to market conditions, and their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insights into the company's view of the economy. Okay. Interesting. So post-stream, if I see any setups, I am going to be in Discord this morning. So I'll just post them in their respected categories. And then later today, or this is 10 a.m. Okay, so this is still this morning. And then we have Richmond Manufacturing Index. And then later tonight, we have CPI on AUD. So it could be a really good day. Or just a real active day, I guess. But let's go ahead and check FX Street real quick. Forex today, risk flows return, focus shifts to PMI data. Euro forecast, Euro loses bullish momentum after PMI data, okay. So that can affect any pairs that we're trading this morning. If it's losing bullish momentum, what does that mean? The buyers are losing momentum. Bulls, buys, bears, sell. Gold price forecast. Gold maintains position below 2K ahead of U.S. data. Gold price recovers the recent loss on improved risk sentiment, escalation. Okay. So gold maintains position below 2K. Cool. And we need to go ahead and refresh all of our charts from last week too. And we can talk about the two trades that went well on GU. Last week, the buy stop that was placed did activate and TP3 was smacked. So we'll go over that as well. So if you held that trade like I told you guys to, then you would have been good. That was a buy stop on GBP USD. But on gold, so I'm looking at this area right here. And most people ideally would have some sort of zone marked up and they would call this some sort of demand. My only issue with this is previous price. So when you have all this traffic right here that is yet to be grabbed, this demand turns into risk because price is going to be attracted to fill this gap. So instead of this micro zone that a lot of traders are seeing and marking up for buys, all you're doing is generating, or let me put this down here. All you're doing is generating more liquidity for price to eventually grab. So that's why you're at risk when you see something like this. So if there wasn't a lot of traffic to the side and it was just a clean price, right? Just going to zone, then yes, that would be fine. You wouldn't be at risk. But because you have previous price and you have all this bullish traffic that eventually has to be grabbed, you're at risk, especially hopping in. Several retail traders, not even just retail traders, guys, several traders in general are hopping in right here. And the reason why it makes them more riskier or makes a trade more at risk is because it's building up a lot of value below that zone. So that's where price is heading. So to be safe, I guess, I would actually try to find a good point in the market where price filled all those orders before pushing up, if that makes sense. So gold hopefully nears around 1955.312 to find any type of bullish momentum. You also have FX Street to back up our analysis. If it maintains position below 2K, it is in no rush to break this all time. And this is what on the 4 hour, let's see. I could say daily, all time, daily time frame. Cool. All time high. So it's in no rush to break that, right? So gold is still doing its thing. I want to try to catch that nice pivot to catch a bullish reverse. Or a bearish reverse, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's my analysis on gold this morning. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, if you're just tuning in, I am a little bit sick, so I do apologize if you hear me coughing a lot, if I sound drowning. But I am feeling good. It's just a mild cold I'm recovering from. And then I'll save all announcements to the end. And we should be live for London Thursday. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mark that green for you guys. I'm gonna come back to it. AUD USD. I don't really trade AUD USD. Let me be honest with you guys, or any AUD pairs, but we can also just keep them up in case we see any good setups this morning. CAD JPY. So our analysis from last week was not triggered on CAD JPY. I'm still going to leave it up, so basically implying that eventually it's going to come into this range and form structure. So we can say this is range 2 right here, and we can say this is range 1, right? Just so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about when I say ranges. So if price does decide to near that resistance and then break, making this a newly formed support, then I will anticipate for price to respect range 2. Now, since price isn't necessarily near that area, I don't know when we're going to get that push, but this is still a good setup in case we eventually do at the end of the week or next week, right? Because we have a lot of liquidity built up. We also have nice, clean traffic to the side. So price is not only going to grab these orders, but it's going to be attracted to fill this gap. So that's why I'm anticipating price to eventually have a nice breakout, come in like this, nice pullback, and have a nice bullish continuation to form that nice trend. Because right now, technically, it is kind of stagnant. It doesn't really know where it wants to go. It's kind of in this nice choppy range. You know, it's going up and down, but it's not really forming any type of structure. You don't really see a bearish trend, or you don't see a bearish trend. I'm sorry. You don't see a bearish trend, or you don't see a bullish trend. So what we want to see is some clean breakout, either from the upside or downside, to form that nice trend. So that's what I'm looking for on CAD JPY. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll actually place this alert. Let's place this alert a little lower. Just so we know. Like right here, watch price. Go ahead and flag that green. We'll come back to this. Euro AUD. Again, I don't really trade AUD, but we can go ahead and analyze. Do we have any news for AUD? We did, London. Or this was, yeah, okay. And later tonight, CPI, but I do not trade during that time. If I see something, I might say something in Discord. I might post something, but I'm not going to be live. Okay. Euro CAD. Okay, what do we have here? All right, so price completely ignored my analysis. Same thing I was talking about on CAD JPY. I was anticipating price to come back to range 1, right? And I have all of it marked up right here still. Do I still want to keep it up? I mean, I can. Price is pretty far. It could come back sometime next month. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Just because price is so far. And yes, it was a good analysis as well. But price it pushed past that point. So we're going to move on. I'm going to delete all these alerts. So you guys have these placed. Go ahead and delete them. But Euro CAD, so price is now all the way over here. It is pushing up. If we do top-down analysis on a daily time frame, we can see that it had some nice bullish momentum, and now it's having a nice pullback. On the 4-hour, this could be a nice bullish continuation, right? If you guys still use fibs. Or even without the fib, you guys could call this a nice break and retest, because technically this was some sort of structure if you're scaling it on the 2-hour and 30-minute, etc. Because you have a touch right here, a touch right here, and then you have a break. And the price has a retracement, has a nice opening above that newly formed support, and then it continues to push up. So if this wants to have a continuation, a bullish continuation, what we'll see is another pullback, and then it will have another touch right here, or back down to that newly formed support to continue up. So we'll keep an eye on Euro CAD for now. Yeah, we'll keep a good eye on Euro CAD this morning. I like that. Okay, Euro CHF. Again, I don't really trade CHF, guys. Not a huge fan of the pair, but we can just keep it up for now in case we see any opportunities. Because price to me just looks choppy on this. Euro GBP. All right, so Euro GBP was very interesting last week. So we went ahead and drew this zone out, anticipating price to eventually have some sort of break, which it did. We did miss the move, but I was really skeptical because I've never seen a breakout with a lot of wicks from previous price. So usually when we have a breakout, or the strategy that I use when we look for any type of liquidity to be grabbed, I look for clean candlesticks, right? Or I look for some sort of touches that most traders were taking advantage of to have those orders placed. So yes, we have a touch right here, and we have a touch right here in zone, right? So we have some sort of confluence. But when we talk about traffic and clean candles over here, we have a lot of wicks. So I really wanted to see what would happen if we continued to apply those same rules in our strategy. Would it mess up the break? Would it mess up the retracement? So notice how price had a clean push. It still had that break into this newly formed range, but it didn't quite retrace at the point we wanted it to, because we have all this to the side without clean structure. Maybe I could have placed some sort of line right here. I don't know. This right here to me is not clean. So I wanted to see what would happen if price didn't have some clean structure to the side. So it did work out, but I just wanted to see for future reference. Yes, I missed the move, but I'll see something like this over and over again. So whenever you guys miss out on something like this, don't feel like you missed out on a golden nugget, because you'll see the same type of setup happen over and over again, if not on the same pair as well. So I really just wanted to see what would happen. Analysis played out really good, but we did miss the move. So that was on Euro GBP. I'll still have it marked up for this morning in case we see something, but price is currently faking out right now. I mean, we have this candle pushing in and it's pushing up. So we'll see what happens this morning. Euro JPY. NASA's played out really well. What is this? This is on 2 hours. Okay, cool. Analysis played out really good as well from last week. So same type of concept. We anticipated price to eventually push out of this range. Notice how it's ranging for some time, going in and out, in and out. We have a touch right here. Buyers are capitalizing on. Or I'm sorry, sellers are capitalizing on, placing sells right here, right? We have a touch right here. Sellers are also capitalizing on, placing their trades. And then we have a touch right here. Sellers are placing a lot of trades. And then we have another touch right here. So this was a beautiful setup. This was a beautiful setup from last week. So notice how we have all of these orders pinning above this range. And what is it doing? It's generating some sort of value that traders are seeking to grab, because in this market, there's losers and winners, right? We're literally trading against other people. Doesn't matter if they're retail, institution, banks. The market is filled with other people, guys. It's not just you. So note that we have this simple retail concept of ranges where if it's going to support resistance, you're trying to capitalize on those touches. So if it's at support, you're looking for buys. If it's at resistance, you're looking for sells. So in this scenario, a lot of people in the market are trying to look for those sells when it hits that resistance. So we have a touch right here again, a touch right here, a touch right here, a touch right here, and a touch right here. People are hopping in. Does YouTube not let you skip ads anymore? Anyways, what was I saying? But yeah, that value, translation, liquidity, translation, money is going to be grabbed eventually from other people. So whenever you lose a trade, that money is not just disappearing. People are taking your orders. Um, so when we have this break, this clean push right here, and that nice wick, it's simply stopping out those orders, guys. So it has a pretty choppy pullback. It's not the cleanest pullback you'll see because it kind of comes in and then it comes back out. So a lot of people would kind of be at risk right here with their stop loss. So unless you widen it, if you make it a 1-to-1 or even a 1-to-2, but making your stop loss a little wider would be ideal. But notice it has a nice push, and then it has a clean push to that newly formed resistance in range 2. And notice how perfect it touches that newly formed resistance, right? Because we have previous price. Before we have that nice bearish run, you place this nice rod right here, push it out, and notice how price respects this resistance. So it would have been a nice aggressive trade as well. If you trade aggressively, you're trading that breakout, that push, and then you're trading that pullback as well. Would have been a nice setup. But trade did go our way, or analysis went our way. We'll see something like this happen all the time, guys, again. But as long as you understand why, you'll be able to capitalize on moves like this all the time. It just generates more confidence, and more confidence, more execution. So that's our breakdown on Euro JPY from last week. I'll just go ahead and highlight this orange. Euro USD, we can go ahead and break this down for this morning. Starting the daily time frame, so notice how price was in a nice bearish run, but it's no longer in a bearish run because price broke that structure. It's now pushing up. Scale on the 4 hour, we can see price is pushing up. This could be a start of a bearish trend. You know, if we wanted to place a fib, we could, because we have previous price to back us up. We do have some lower highs and we have some lower lows. Or I'm sorry, some higher lows and higher highs. So if we scale it on the 2 hour, we talk about a nice retracement. Yes, it's at that golden zone, but do we also have structure to back this up? On the 1 hour, we can see that price did respect this little area right here. We can even turn this into a zone before we had this this bearish push. Price also makes a touch right here, so we could call this some sort of structure. If price wants to pull back to a certain zone or line, it would be right here. So we'll keep a nice eye as well. I'll just say look at price. Yeah, you really could turn this into a zone if you wanted to, but for now we're just going to keep it simple and just draw a line. So we're going to just keep an eye on Euro USD since price is nearing that support. Because it could be a nice clean push for that continuation. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on Euro USD this morning. GBP AUD, again, I don't really trade AUD, guys. But we can just keep it up here in case we have some sort of opportunity this morning. It is currently pushing down. We'll keep an eye on it. GBP JPY. So I do notice that price did form some sort of structure right here. Had a nice gap before pushing down, but this is kind of throwing me off. Not gonna lie to you guys. Just because we don't have any clean or clarity of that surface, of that support. So we're just going to have to see where price eventually pushes down to and reacts off of, because I can't identify some sort of nice support, unless we're referring to this previous right here. But we'll see. Like many would say, this is support. So we have a touch right here, touch right here, and touch right here. So price could react off of that. We'll see. I'll mark that green. We'll come back to that this morning. That could be a nice entry if it starts to push up, right? Could be a nice break and retest off of that golden zone as well. So we could see something like this. GBP NZD. I don't really trade NZD as well. It's AUD and NZD. I don't know why. It's AUD, NZD, and CHF. Those are the three pairs I don't really trade, guys. I just don't. There's nothing wrong with them. I mean, some people like them more than others. I don't prioritize my time studying those pairs. And then this is on GU. We'll go ahead and break down GU and then go back to the pairs that we analyzed. So on GU, we have a lot going on. Okay. So I think it's better to just get my my spreadsheet, right? Hold on, let me pull it up on my monitor because a lot's going on. GU, where are we? GU. Okay, I think it's right here. Let me pull it up on this monitor. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me know if you guys can't see this. But here's the screenshot from last week's buy stop. So basically, same concept, guys. I'm using my same strategy where we clearly have two ranges. We have range 1, where price is currently at, and range 2, where we want price to eventually end up in. So I noticed that we had a few touches in the market. Ignore that last touch, by the way. But the previous one, being that first touch, and then that second touch, a lot of traders were hopping in for sells, right? And then on the left side, where I have that circle is where I identify some sort of traffic momentum that price is also attracted to. So I combined those two confluences. I noticed price was nearing that resistance, and I wanted to place a buy stop so that when I was asleep, before I was in class, I wouldn't have to worry about manually hopping in. So I placed this buy stop into range 2, had my entry slightly above that resistance. Excuse me. Just in case we had a fake out, right? So price eventually had a breakout. It had a small pullback, and then TP3 was hit. I think this is the other screenshot. Let me pull this up. So if you guys look over here, I know it's pretty small, but price was activated. We had a small pullback, and then price continued up, and it pushed into another range before coming back into range 3 or range 2 that I had marked up. Hopefully that makes sense. But that was the breakdown. Let me just delete all this stuff. There's too much going on. When you guys have too many drawings on your chart, sometimes you just need to take it all down and start over. It's not worth it. So this is still accurate. Price could react off of this right here. This is actually really good. And price is already here, so we might have to hop in. We'll see. Let me delete all this stuff. Delete. All this stuff is irrelevant now. Okay. Yeah, but this is actually looking really good. So price is pushing down right now. See in the 4 hour. It is currently 7 o'clock, so this is the newly formed candle. Okay. Because technically this could be considered a break and retest as well, simply off of this structure right here. Because look guys, we have a strong level of support that traders are reacting off of, right? And then we have a break right here, this being the break, and the price is simply retracing. So a break and a retest, and it could ideally come back to supply. Only thing that's throwing me off is where price is currently at. This could be faking us out because it did tap that level. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hop in the next 5 minutes, guys. This is looking really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. And this is on GBP/USD. Do we have news this morning? We do at 9:45 because it is USD. So if I were to hop in right now, it would probably look something like, we could make this 22. We want to try to get a 1 to 2. Yeah, 12 pip. Probably something like this. I like this. Something like this, guys. So we're giving another minute or so. Let me go ahead and calculate my risk real quick. All right, yeah, I'm hopping in, guys. I like this. I'm in, guys. And I'll go ahead and put all the stuff on OBS in a second. But I just hopped in this trade. Low risk, half risk, 1 to 2. Do not over leverage any of that stuff, guys. It is only Tuesday. But I'm in this trade. Okay, let me go ahead and modify. Because sometimes when you guys enter in, or depending on how you do it, it won't be as accurate. So this is 1, 2. Let me just go ahead and fix this real quick. Entry price 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 9. Okay, it's about right here, and then we're modifying this to 12, right? Stop loss was 12. Yeah, it was. We're using the 12 pip stop loss, and my TP would be here. All right, so here are my coordinates, guys. Let me go ahead and modify this so it's accurate. TP is 1.2369. Okay. Stop loss is 1.22009. And this is a 1 to 2. So here are my coordinates, guys. This is on GBP/USD. Let me go ahead and screenshot this so I can document it. I do apologize. I'm not paying attention to OBS. But hopefully you guys can see this in my coordinates. Currently a one-man ship. So it's a lot I got to do for myself before I even focus on OBS. and Discord as well. I won't be able to do all this at the same time. If I'm being honest, if I'm being completely honest, I'm gonna need like moderators in Discord. But we'll get there eventually. We will get there eventually. And this is GBP USD. I also need magic keys because I'm doing everything mobile right now. Like, yes, I'm using a PC to trade, but to enter my trades, guys, I don't have it connected to my the terminal on my computer. Everything's mobile. It's not a bad thing. Trading mobile is not a bad thing. It's just it takes a lot of time, you know. It just takes a lot of time. And I can see it being a problem in the future because I'll hop in some trades. Like right now, I hopped in a trade. And I know a lot of people aren't hopping in or hopped in at the same time. So the more time that it takes for me to hop into trades, more people are gonna be upset because I'm taking too long on myself, if that makes sense. So I got to figure out a way to do this quicker because I can see that being a problem in the future for sure. Take profit 1 2 2 3 6 9. This is a nice 1 to 2 trade. All right, everything is documented. Now I can finally update OBS. So now what I'm gonna do is just put where is it? Trades taken live, and we're gonna put GBP USD, and this is a buy. Perfect. And now we just wait. We're gonna see what happens in the next 15 minutes and just keep this trade updated. And then this is 12 pips. So what we're gonna do is take the price tool. This is what I do every time I enter in. I just go up 12 pips plus 1, 13. And then we're gonna put an alert right here. 1.22264, and we're gonna say BE. BE simply stands for break even. So once price hits our alert, we can move our stop loss to entry. And the reason why this is good, especially at multiple positions, is because you can manage your risk. So when you're at BE and price decides to just psych you out and say, I'm actually gonna go the opposite direction, and hits your entry, instead of losing money, you'll lose nothing. And in my opinion, losing nothing is better than losing something. So that's why it's important to break even or move your stop loss to BE once you're in profit a certain amount of pips. And then TP2, we could have an alert in case we're in class. Let's say if I get tired and I say, I'm gonna end stream and I just want to get some sleep before class, I can just put an alert, and I could say like TP hit, so I don't have to keep looking at my chart like a zombie. So I know if price hit TP. And then of course your last alert, if you want to be crazy with it, it can just be stop loss hit. It's just so you know everything, you know? So you don't have to have any type of anxiety while you're away from your screen. I did this wrong. Stop loss hit. Those are all the 1, 2, 3 alerts that you need for every trade. Or some people have like close and drawdown because they don't want price hit stop loss. They have close and drawdown at a certain number. In this example, so the only type of risk I'm at, because this is a wide zone, because most people would place zones instead of having strict lines like I do, the price could come to that 100% level before pushing up. If it decides to this morning, you never know because we're still in formation. Although price is in profit right now, you never know. Anything could happen. But I would be at risk before having that push. But it does seem like price is starting that push right now, which is why I said this is a good setup. So we'll have to see. We'll see this morning. I am currently in this trade, guys. All right. So that's that. Come out the gold. Look at gold. Completely melted. Perfect. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted, guys. This is perfect. And that's how price gets you as well. So like that little micro zone that a lot of people might have placed got demolished, eaten up. So a lot of people I know for sure hopped in for a buy. They would have said, oh, this is what? Demand. And would have placed a lot of buys. But look how price respected this that I had marked up. Price is going to be attracted to traffic like this, guys. So that's a nice push. And now it's trying to determine if it wants to respect this range right here and push off or melt even further. Hopefully it melts further because we want to try to find a good pivotal point to catch that nice buy so that we have zero risk. Because if we have some sort of momentum below our push, then we're at risk or some sort of value. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we have about 15 minutes. If you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. If you have any questions about GU, the trade that I just hopped into, feel free to ask. If you have any questions about any type of pairs that you trade, feel free to ask. Any trades, any pairs you want me to analyze as well, feel free to ask. But we're going to be looking at GU this morning, gold, and any other pair that floats in our way. But I went ahead and analyzed all of my pairs on my watch list. If you missed it, feel free to ask about any type of pair you want me to analyze again. But yeah, it's just a waiting game now, guys. We're just gonna see what happens. Let's go back on the daily time frame. And also, when it comes to a nice break and retest, those are like daily time frame. Look how clean this looks. If we do get a push down, back down to 1947, that'd be such a good point to buy. So hopefully price continues to push down so that we can catch that nice entry if we do decide to hop in this morning. That's what I'm looking for. And that's how I get those big moves, like those 1,000, 2,000 pip moves. That's how I do it. I remember I was going crazy on gold last year. But that's what we're looking for this morning. And again, I appreciate you guys for hopping in this morning. Hopefully you guys are having a good trading week. We did miss Monday. And I have a story time on why I missed Monday. I might talk about it later this week. But a lot of stuff has been happening off camera. Nothing bad, nothing bad. Good stuff, good stuff. But all of it should be announced this week. I have a surprise for you guys at the end of the week as well. I'm excited to drop that. And yeah, if you're watching this post stream, appreciate you as well. I'll be dropping videos throughout the week, educational videos. If you guys miss out on any type of golden nugget on these live streams, more than likely they will be clipped. I'm recording everything, so I'll just post it on Instagram at Smart Money Ace. Man, I hope you guys are having a good morning, man. Hope you guys are having a good morning. So we have about 15 more minutes. I'm just chilling. What is this? Oh, this is GU. So yeah, GU is currently in profit, guys. So if you hopped in, you should be in profit. We're nearing BE, so if you hopped in with multiple positions, if you over leveraged, that's on you. But if you did hop in with multiple positions, I would break even once we do get to that point. Otherwise, I'm chilling right now. So yeah, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a little bathroom break, and I'll be back. See ya. Also, would you guys want me to trade London session on Tuesdays and Thursdays? I don't think I ever put out that poll, but for the 5 people in here, would you want me to trade London as well? Would that be helpful? Y'all let me know. Will it be too much? Will you guys be able to make those streams? I don't know. I think I just asked myself. I didn't ask you guys. I know I can handle it, but I don't know if you guys will be up for it. Like, would that be something that would help? Would it be a waste of time? Y'all let me know. If you're for sure. So yeah, my schedule that I'm thinking about is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? The 4 days I trade. Monday would only be New York, so 6:30 to 8:30, or I'll extend it if we have news, if it's like CPI, etc. Tuesday, I would do London, so it'd be 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. And then I would take a power nap and wake up for New York. So it'll be Monday, New York, Tuesday, London, New York, because Tuesdays always have good opportunities on London. Like, we can see here Tuesday, October 24th, like we had all this going on. 2 a.m., 3:15. There's always good opportunities on Tuesday. Um, so Tuesday would be London, New York. Wednesday will only be New York. And then Thursday would also be London and New York. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 streams a week. 6 streams a week. Would that be too much? Is that OD? 6 streams a week, guys. 2 hours. That would be crazy. That would be insane. That's when I'd actually start like peaking too. I'd turn into a crackhead. I'd start getting bags under my eyes, start talking crazy. But that's what the weekend's for, right? The weekend's for relaxation. With about 9 minutes, you guys hopped in. That's great. If you did it, that's perfectly fine as well. Hopefully you're learning something from this live. I watched London, New York, so I'm here for both. Awesome. Well, you just motivated me. I'm definitely going to incorporate that schedule heading into next week. I'm not sure this week because I have to go out of town Thursday, but we'll see. I'm in Discord again this week, so I'll be active. If I see anything, I'll post it in the respected channels. And then I'm back on Instagram, so I'll be posting clips that you guys might miss from these live streams. But But yeah. Also, one thing I want to note, I'm not sure if you can count this as a confluence, but when you're entering on a trade, especially if it's pulling back, again, we're trading against other people. So I like to imagine, what if people are trying to wait for sells? If they're looking for sell opportunities, what would they do? Well, since price was pushing down, a lot of people might be asking, hey, what if price is about to be in a nice bearish run? Who knows? So people might have their fib, like on the 2-hour time frame, and place it from the top to the bottom and say, okay, we gotta wait for price to hit that golden zone or have that nice pivotal point. So if we're in this area for a sell and we delete this right here, well, my TP is below that zone. So eventually it has to go past that, right? So I like to kind of see the other perspective. I'm not sure if I can add that to a confluence, but that's just something I think about, right? Price is about 2 pips away from BE. If you guys enter this trade, if you have multiple positions, I would move your stop loss to entry. Now we're just playing the waiting game. We have 5 minutes before that next 30-minute candle, so we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'm just chilling, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. And then we'll look back on gold in a few minutes as well. But you should be at that nice 1% mark or 1-to-1. BE. So what that means, again, when you want to break even, you simply just modify your trade and you're moving your stop loss to entry, guys. And then we're going to move this to entry, and then you should be set. I'm letting this trade ride out to TP2 since we missed Monday as well. Who hopped in the trade? Who didn't? Curious. Hopefully you guys did not. I don't expect you guys to hop in every trade. I don't. The whole purpose of these lives is for you to gain some information so that you can do this on your own. Because if you're just hopping solely off of my stuff, you're not learning. Unless you understand my breakdown before I hop into a trade, that's on you. But I don't expect you guys to hop into every trade. I completely understand. TP1 was hit. And now we're just waiting for TP2. What I'll do, wait, never mind. I'm tweaking. Did it, waiting for my own setup. Cool. Is there a certain pair you're looking at this morning that I can assist you on? Also, I'm sorry. That's another thing I forgot to announce. Guys, my links, do not click on any of my links in my description. I got to update them today. I keep on forgetting. I got to update all my links by the end this week. I had someone ask last week about my links. So ignore everything in my description. I got to update everything that's outdated. Oh yeah, GU was pushing up. This was such a good trade. That's another thing too. So I could have been in my head, guys. You know, I saw a really good simple setup. I saw a nice structure, and I hopped in live. Right? I could have been in my head. I don't know. I don't really want to. I'm kind of scared. Every trader is scared to hop into a trade, bro. We don't want to lose money, but if you see something that in your gut is telling you it looks good, you gotta work off of instinct. That's what happens when you have a lot of experience as well. You see something, if you wait, it's going to move regardless. You can't tell it to wait on you, right? It's either you hop in when price wants to move or you just sit out. You can't be scared to hop in trades, guys. You can't be scared to lose as well, because when you lose, you learn, right? If I didn't take the amount of losses to learn that this was a good setup, then I probably would have hopped in. But because I took so many L's, I was like, okay, I've seen this work out. I've seen this work out. I can't take this out. You know what I'm saying? I'm only focusing on EU and GU. Okay, cool. So GU, are you waiting for news? Because we have news at 9:45, and on EU, I can analyze that. I think I did. Are you waiting for the same type of setup, like a break and retest that I have marked here, or are you looking at something else? Damn, that's embarrassing. You guys can see my medicine. I might have to take some medicine in a second, because this cold is not going away, guys. I've been sick all weekend. It's not fun. So we have one more minute. Let's go to 30 minutes, see what's happening. Hopefully we can get that push. Me personally, I like to trade in sessions, guys. I don't like to hold my trades post. So hopefully we can get this nice move in and out before we end stream. If not, we'll have to come back tomorrow morning. This is a nice setup. Nice. So yeah, news, just again to refresh, we have USD flash services, flash manufacturing PMI at 9:45. So I might just have to post in Discord if I see any setup. And then we also have news at 10 o'clock. So you're going to have a lot of momentum. You're going to have a lot of momentum around that time. Supersonic. I like your name, by the way. But yeah, you're going to have a lot of momentum. So let's see. I'm just moving my stop loss, guys, to BE. And also, another tip that I used to do a few months back is when you're in a certain amount of, when you're up a certain amount of profit, you could actually move your stop loss into profit as well. So let's just say if I was swing trading, right? If I was swing trading and I had like a TP5, right? Instead of moving my stop loss to entry and just keeping it risk free, I can also move my stop loss to TP1, TP2, so that if it pushes back down, if it pushes down in profit, it will take me out in profit. So unless, I guess it only works when you're swing trading, when you have more TPs. I don't really see people doing that with like a 1 to 2, right? But my point is, your stop loss is very flexible when you're in profit, guys. It can be very like if I wanted to, I could put my stop loss in profit right now, but I'm just going. I'm gonna just wait it out and just see if it hits TP2. My entries are on the 5 minutes, so I'm just waiting for more structure to form my setup. Do you so you trade the 5 minute? I don't. I'm guessing on the 5 minute you just trade supply and demand, like strictly supply and demand. I know that's a good strategy that people do. Looking for those micro pushes and then just capitalizing on those zone entries. Excuse me, guys. We have about 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions, ask anything. It can be about life. It can be about trading. It can be about women. Anything. It can be about money. It can be about college. Ask me anything. What time do you have to be up for London? So I have to be up at. You're asking in general, not me privately. In general, 1 a.m. 1 a.m. and I go for 2 hours. But for me to actually set up everything, I have to wake up at 12. Um, any advice for small accounts? Yes, bro. My best advice for small accounts is you need to learn how to compound. So if you're working a job, which is great, a lot of people bash the 9 to 5 stuff. This generation is weird. But if you work a job, split that paycheck. I want to say 50%. I would say at least 25 and put that 25% into your account and compound. So whatever you're making in your job, don't risk over that amount, right? So treat Forex as a side hustle until you are well above your profit split to turn that side hustle into your real job and your job into your side hustle. So whatever profit you make at the end of the week in your 2 week period, I think you get paid every 2 weeks, split that no more than 50% and put it into your account and keep compounding at the end of that pay period and keep pushing your account up. So while you're trading those micro pips, because a lot of people when they start out, when they're 100 account, even 50 account, they don't like seeing those small numbers of profit. So if you don't like seeing that, what I would do is just grow that account at the end of each week. So although you're catching small moves, that account is growing because you're investing into that account. So that eventually you can use higher lots, right? Off of the same type of risk management you've been using. You're just compounding that account. That's what I would do. That's what I did for one of my accounts, and it's still growing. So that's what I would do. I would start that now. Like this quarter four being the best period in my opinion to trade. Ouch. My London starts at 8 a.m. my time. That's why I could easily watch both London and New York. Huh? Your London starts at 8 a.m. What's your time period? Because London and these sessions are universal, my friend. They overlap. They overlap. But primarily, like, well, I'm a student though. You're a student. So my advice for you to that, because I'm a student as well, is you have to try to find a gig, a side hustle where you can get paid while being in college. There are a lot of things you can do to get paid while you're a student. You could freelance. That's one thing I did. Hop on Fiverr. If you have a skill set that you've been able to acquire on your own, if you like editing, if you like making stuff, try to freelance for people. Try to work on campus. I know they hire students. If you can work in the library, if you can work at some sort of food court at your college, they will hire you. You just have to look for it. If you have your license, Uber, DoorDash, Uber Eats. You could babysit if you know people, and another popular side hustle that I've seen people do is hair. If you like cutting people's hair, I know a lot of people here do that. And yeah, but there are several gigs you can do while a student. Being a student isn't it's not a good enough excuse to not try to find a way to make money, in my opinion. You just have to sacrifice going out to parties and all that stuff and just lock in. But you can find a job while you're a student, 100%. It's not an excuse, my friend. I'm a student. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. You can do it. I'm trying to think of other ways. What did I do? What did I do? I was fortunate enough to have my license, so I was doing Instacart. I did DoorDash. I hated DoorDash so much. DoorDash was so bad. A lot of people like DoorDash. I hate DoorDash. I use the kill zones, ICT. I live in Australia, so due to the time zone, London session, kill zone starts. Okay, got you. Kill zone. Kill zone is the overlap zone, right? Where Newark and London pretty much overlap. Since I have a small account and my strategy works well, so I'm thinking of increasing leverage. I saw some YouTube videos of flipping accounts. Yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. Just don't be stupid. I feel like we all know what to do when it comes to trading, but we like to be greedy. And when we're greedy, it pushes us back even further. So I would just say, be smart. You know the playbook. You have your own system. Incorporate that system to your strategy, and you should be good. You should be good. We have about 20 more minutes. You guys have any more questions? Feel free to ask any pairs I'm going to analyze. Right now, I'm just going to keep an eye on GU. Let's see what gold is doing. So gold is pushing up. This is pretty scary. Not going to lie, because it wasn't a clean candle before having that push. It was a wick, so it did take out all these orders. You'll see something like this happen as well if you have a lot of traffic to the side. Sometimes it will just grab those orders and then push back up. So that wick clearly identifies some sort of momentum being grabbed, or sellers eventually losing momentum or interest before pushing back up into a range. That's what we're seeing happening on gold right now. And then GU is just skyrocketing. This was a really good, this might have been a perfect entry. Not gonna lie to you guys. Might have been a perfect entry. Well, not 100% perfect, because this was what? This was what? 2 pips away from entry? Nah, this is I'm gonna say this was a perfect entry, honestly. Clean setup. Clean execution. But no one caught this move. It was just me. Beautiful. Love to see it. Yes, sir. A snipe indeed. We like those sniper entries. We love to see it, guys. We'll see what happens next 20 minutes. I'm not sure if I want to look for another setup like this. Usually, if I'm risking, are you a full-time trader? No, I'm currently still in school, so this is my last year. I wouldn't consider myself full-time. I could be full-time next year, like heading into January. I could be full-time, but right now I consider myself part-time. And I've been doing this for 4 years, guys, and I still consider myself part-time. Excuse me. I'm not rushing the I'm not rushing the process. I'm really trying to retain all my experiences so that once I get to that point, I'll have all the credits and just knowledge to just, I guess, have a lot of confidence to go full-time. So I guess what's holding me back right now is school, because I am trying to, graduate, get my degree, but, I make a lot of sacrifices to do stuff like this. So that's why I still consider myself part-time, but I've been doing this for 4 years. And I don't think you should be considering yourself a full-time trader, unless you have at least 1 year of experience trading, because trading is also somewhat emotional. So when I say emotional, trading is not seen as fun, right? So a lot of people that hop into this because they see the money, they get excited, but once they see that it's like a career and you have to be emotionless, a lot of people start to kind of push away from it. So unless you have at least 1 year of experience where you can maintain and commit to trading your account and compounding using risk management, then you would be able to see if you can go full time. So I would say at least a year or even 2 years to even think about going full time. This person, how do you hold it together? Um, I'm trying to think. That's a good question. I'm trying to think of the best way to answer it. How do I hold it together? I don't know. I can't answer that question right now. I really don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. But trading has allowed me to be emotionless, like in a good way. I'm in relationships, dealing with women at college. Like, I'm emotionless when things get brought up. When there's drama, like, I have a straight face. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. I put a sell on AUD USD on 5 minute time frame or 15 minute. But somehow it's pushing up. What do you think? You said AUD USD? We can go ahead and analyze that right now. But yeah, I really don't know how to answer that question, Supersonic. I don't know. I really don't know. I would just say staying healthy, getting sleep, eating good, going to the gym every now and then, making sure I'm mentally okay, minor stuff like that. For major stuff, you said AUD USD, so you said you're in a sell, but it's pushing up. So one thing I would do is start in the daily time frame and just work my way down. So I notice that price is kind of coming to a halt right here. We have a few touches indicating some sort of resistance or support. I'm sorry, right? Touch right here, touch right here, touch right here. So we have structure that price wants to push back up. Let's go ahead and scale on the 4-hour. So there is liquidity being built up below that zone, which we already know. So eventually it is going to have a nice break to grab those orders. Currently, price is doing its thing right now. It could just potentially have a nice retracement back up to that newly formed resistance before pushing down, because price is technically ranging, right? So if it decides to respect this range and not have a breakout here, we could potentially see price ranging for some time, right? Doing its thing before initially being attracted to this area. The only thing that you have to consider is that there is some sort of momentum right here. This wick is helpful because it did take out some orders, but you still have the rest of this to be filled. So I would be careful if it does decide to come in the range 3 for buyers. But I do see the higher probability of price being attracted to this lower end because you have more orders to be grabbed. So the fact that you're in a sell, I would say would be too early. Me personally, I would wait because price is nearing that resistance, so it could be breaking out into range 3 unless it was near that support. But because it's near this resistance, you're at risk, my friend. And what I just explained, hopefully it made sense. If it didn't, I will re-explain it. But this is my breakdown using TDA as well on AUD USD. But we have about 15 more minutes. We're going to see what happens. Was that helpful? Let me know. Hopefully that helped you. That's more important. Okay, cool. So we have about 13 more minutes. If you guys have any more questions, want me to analyze any pairs, send them my way. Ask any type of questions. It can be about anything, and I will answer. But I appreciate everyone in this live. Hope you guys are having a good morning. I'm having a great morning. Willie hopped in one trade this morning on GBP USD for a nice 1-2. We're watching it play out live. Currently hit one TP1. Currently at break even. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take some medicine. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. All right. Do you trade on Mondays and Fridays? Yes, I trade on Mondays, but I don't trade on Fridays unless it's, well, I used to trade NFP, but no, I don't trade Fridays anymore. It's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I do not trade Fridays. You said you're holding for that sell on AUD USD. What are your positions? Just curious. If you don't mind sharing. With about 10 more minutes, we're gonna see how this trade holds. If we have to close, guys, we might. Just because I don't want to hold this throughout. We'll see what happens. If I had multiple positions, I'd probably hold, but only have one. We'll see. We will see, because I'm already over my daily goal. So we will see. Maybe about 8 more minutes. .63659. So around this area, that's your entry for the sell. Excuse me. Man, oh man, I wish I was not sick, you guys. I wish I was not sick. It's all good though. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, like I said, me personally, I just would have waited. Going off of my strategy, right, that I broke down. Let me know how it plays out. Let me know how it plays out. Because what you see in the market is what I don't see. Everyone sees something different, you know. So let me know how it works out. If you want to join the Discord and just keep me updated in chat, I'll be in chat later today to recap this trade as well. So you can just send it my way, my friend. But we have about 6 more minutes, guys, for that newly formed 1 hour candle. We'll see what happens. So let's see. 6. Yeah, probably gonna end stream. And where are we at right now? We have about 30 minutes before stream ends. Okay, cool.
With the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, earn unlimited 2% cash back on purchases you want, like dance lessons, and on what you need, like memory foam inserts. That's real life ready. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Terms apply.
Is your strategy based on price action? I think everyone's strategy is based on price action. My strategy is, in fact, based on price action. I think it would have to be based on price action for it to be a strategy. We have about 3 more minutes. We're just playing the waiting game, guys. Supersonic asks, "Is it your own strat? Did you come up with it? The strategy I've used on like the liquidity stuff. Have you ever traded with indicators when you started trading? Yes, I did, and I used to have a strong belief in something called the RSI. I was strictly trading RSI, which is relative strength index, and I was believing that um, you should be going off of that and basically ignoring everything. But the RSI is still an indicator, which means they lag behind price. Indicators I don't have a huge problem with because they can show some sort of confluence, but I would not rely on them like 24/7 just because they aren't as accurate as just reading price and what's happening now. But to answer your question, Supersonic, yes, yes, yes. This is my own strategy. I made videos about it, and I'm basically combining all that stuff into this. But I've gotten inspiration from other creators and basically turned into my own terminology and understanding. So like liquidity, people will explain that differently. Traffic, people would explain that differently. Um, but I get certain concepts from other people and then turn them into my own, if that makes sense. So we're gonna see what happens on GU. If we don't hit TP2, that's perfectly fine. We're in a risk-free trade, so we're pretty much chilling. Hopefully, we do get TP2. We'll see what happens on the next opening candle. Hopefully, it just pushes up, pushes down. Oh well, so be it. We're in a risk-free. With about 10 more seconds. Let's see what happens. Yeah, all my stuff. The ranges, the box method, yep, it's all on my channel as well. But I'm gonna start making videos next month. Still holding my position. My custom system indicates hopefully don't blow my account. We don't wanna see that. You blowing your account? Price pushing down. You talking about on GBP USD or your pair AUD USD? So what is this? TP1 would be right here, right? 13. No, it's 12. This is TP1, right? Yeah. AUD USD 15-minute. Yeah, I don't even trade on the 15-minute or 5-minute, guys. If I'm being completely honest, I don't trade those time frames. I work my way up, starting on the 30-minute. It's just how I've been trading for the past 4 years. I do not scale all the way down. We also have all this. If price decides to flip, um, it could potentially fill all this as well. But we'll see. It might just hit BE, guys. It might just hit our BE point. We will see. I'm watching for sales on GU and EU. I think you told me that for news, right? I see GU on 15 minutes still on downtrend. Careful. Well, this is risk free. So if it does hit, if it does decide to hit my entry, I might lose anything. But yeah, it does. We were so close from TP2. This would have been what? This would have been like 4 pips away from TP2, guys. Or 3.5. What I need to start doing, I should have put another position on so that I would have closed at TP1. I would have had a 1-to-1 and I would have had a 1-to-2 at BE. That's something I was doing a few months ago. I stopped doing it for some reason. That's a really good method. If you have 2 positions, have one at 1-to-1, 1-to-2. But once you're in profit on your 1-to-2, break even, and then your 1-to-1, it would close. So you would make that profit. But if it decides to reverse, like this example, then TP2 would just be at BE. That's what I need to start doing. I'll start doing that this week. That's a really good strategy. And the reason why this is okay, guys, we're already up. We are already currently up 4% this week from that trade on GU that hit TP3. We're already up 4%, and it's only Tuesday. So that's why I think someone asked, how do you keep it all together? Because if I have a really good Monday, if I have a really good start of the week, then I'm chilling. I'm chilling all week. My weekly goal is 5%, guys. So Monday, if I already gained 4% in my account, and this was, yeah, it was about 4%. It was 3.9. So we're gonna go ahead and round it up to 4%. If I have a good start of the week, I'm chilling throughout the rest. Very relaxed, very calm, so that when I see setups, I'm not overreacting. It's all good setup right here. Hopped in, TP1 smacked. Now it's about to hit BE, which is fine as well. And I'll go ahead and update OBS in a second. If I had multiple positions, I would count this as a win. But I'm going to be super transparent with OBS and YouTube Live. If it's BE, it's BE. If it's a win, it's a win. So we would update this as 2BE, 2BE instead of BE and 4W. I'm be super transparent. I know a lot of people like to kind of, beat around the bush. Nah, bro, it's BE. Perfectly fine. Plus, we have news at 9:45. Do you mean adding multiple positions with different targets? Yeah. That's what I said, right? Positions? Did I say something else? Did I say something else? I said positions, right? But yeah, opening other positions with different targets. But the one that you have that's closest to your stop loss, I would put that as a like 1-to-1, so that in this example, price hitting that 1-to-1 target, you would get that profit. But if you're adding another one, if it's wider, then of course it'll be lower risk, but you would allow that trade to hit your other profit targets. And then just break even, like in this example. So that if it does decide to reverse, you would hit that 1-to-1. But if it decides to come back, you would also be stomped out at 0, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. Sometimes it's hard for me to explain things like that. Will you ever sell a profitable indicator? Will you ever sell a profitable indicator? People can do that? Like, make up my own indicator? I could. Because what I'm explaining, like my strategy with the whole box method, taking advantage of what people don't see, I could try to work with someone that creates indicators and try to make something out of that. I mean, that's an idea. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. But that's a really good idea. Like, for entrepreneurs, honestly. That's a really good idea. Let's see what gold is doing. All right, cool. Excuse me, guys. And if GU does push back into this range, I will look to buy again over here. Stop loss or entry was tapped, guys. All is good. All is good. So this would have been a risk-free trade. TP1 was hit. If you guys did hop in and capitalize, that's great. But we're just gonna look for another pivotal point, which would be at around 1.21780 if we're still looking for buys. Otherwise, we're gonna see what price does as it's continuing to push down. We were about 3 pips away from TP2, which is awesome, but we're going to see this happen over and over again. We might see another setup like this later today, since we have news in the next hour or so. So I'll keep you guys posted in Discord. Let me go ahead and update OBS for you guys. So trades taken live. GU month, we can say 2 right here, which is fine. And then 2 right here. Okay, cool. That's why I didn't respond. But yeah, I can try it later. But usually people that try to sell stuff and my stuff, it's like, come on, bro. I thought you were trying to sell yourself. Not gonna lie to you. It's like, damn, he only hopped in my live to sell his stuff. That's kind of messed up. But I can, I'll check it out. If you're in the Discord, just send it to me. We have about 15 more minutes. I'm gonna see if I can see. I'm gonna try to see if I can find another setup for you guys that are trading at 9:45 since we have news. But GU, I'm currently out of. Got topped out at entry, so I didn't lose anything from this trade. It was a nice analysis. I'm gonna go over it later today. Why sell stuff when you're already making money through trading? Facts. Facts, bro. And that's a lot of people are asking me, why don't I have my stuff back up? Why don't you have your links working? Because I'm not selling, I'm not trying to sell courses or any of my services right now. Truthfully, I'm just focusing on doing this stuff, creating motion for you guys. That's 100%. And that's another thing you need to look out for. If people in this industry are trying to sell stuff more than they're actually trying to make profit from trading, that tells you something. And that's what I've learned. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, good point. Let's look at the other pairs real quick. This is still a good setup, guys. This could happen this morning. So if GJ comes back down to 182, I might hop in for a sell or a buy, excuse me. So I'm gonna highlight this. We're gonna keep it green. Same thing with Euro USD. Oh wow, they look very similar. Look at that, guys. They're like twins. This is looking good as well. I'm gonna keep that highlighted. Euro GBP already made its move, as you guys can see right here. It's reacting off of this gap and that newly formed support. So we just mark that red. Euro CAD is looking pretty good. This on the 4-hour. We'll see what happens though, because it is pretty choppy. I'll keep that green. What is this? This is CAD JPY, or I'm still anticipating some sort of push. We'll go ahead and highlight this orange. We'll come back to it. And then we're gonna highlight this red. We're not gonna go anymore. Excuse me. Euro JPY. Oh, we mark this red. We're not looking at this anymore. And then we can mark this orange. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot. Let me make sure I have this documented, guys. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Let me make sure I don't forget to put this into my notes. So we'll say BE, right? This is a break-even trade. Yep. BE. What was this? I actually gained 0.2%, but that's nothing, guys. So I'll just count it as BE. But I did end up in profit, if that counts. But it was a break-even trade. Let's go ahead and link this screenshot. All right, cool. Good start of the week. Good start of the week. And this was on Tuesday. So we still have Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, wow. And then I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live Wednesday, 2 lives Thursday to wrap it up. So that's 3 more live sessions. So I'm going to place an alert because we have, 15 more minutes, just in case I'm not on here, guys. Wait, you also sell a course? I was selling courses last year, I think. It's either last year or 2 years ago, but I haven't sold a course in like months, guys. Only because, number one, my course is not bad, guys. My course is good, but why did I stop? I'm trying to think. I think it could be better though. I think I'm gonna update it. It wasn't as professional. Like it was literally me. It was me when I first like found all the secrets. Like when I found a really good system for myself. So I'm like in my room before I had a setup, like on my laptop. Horrible. It wasn't horrible quality. I was recording on a camera before this one that I'm using, but it was good information. I just think the quality could have been better. The course is like 2 hours. I had two. It was a beginner one where it had all the information to get you started, and it had the advanced one where I go over like concepts like this and how I would incorporate them and like show live footage of examples of the strategy working. And that was on like gold, on GBP USD, and all these other pairs that I traded. And that was like an hour and 30 minutes. But I stopped selling courses because I wasn't focused on selling courses. And basically, when you sell courses, you got to use a website, and sometimes that website it has like a monthly fee. So I'm over here trying to sell courses, and the website's charging me. It's like, okay, I gotta market myself more and more and more. The more I was trying to market myself, I started to realize I was turning into like an online guru who just wanted to sell stuff. You know, I was really doing stuff for free. I started doing a lot of private stuff. I don't think it's the way. Um, Unless that's your main priority. Like, I had to ask myself what's the main objective. And I think the main objective right now is for me to be set and good and wait until I'm at that full time point. And then I can start selling stuff. It's like, why not? But I'm going to wait. So right now, it's going to be live streams, Discord, and Instagram. All my free stuff. The only service I have active right now is Signals. I think I have it on OBS. It should be below my face. Yeah, like right there on Telegram. But no one's in it. No one's in it right now, if I'm being honest. And that's because when I was off, like offline, I told everybody to just cancel your subscription because I'm not gonna be trading for 3 months. That was over the summer. And then now that I'm back, it's been like 3 weeks now. I haven't really promoted it. So I haven't even promoted my services because I'm not focused on selling my services right now. I might change my mind coming into next month, but I'm just focusing on doing live streams. But that is available. Like I would start sending signals if I started getting customers. I would start sending signals and analysis and breakdown videos, all that stuff. Right now, I don't have to. So it's like a win-win scenario. It's less work for me right now and more focus. I do have some good trading courses which were costly, but I got it cracked. Yes, I didn't understand half of it. Looking forward to live. Yes, sir. Hopefully your course ain't that costly. I think I was selling my course for like $250. And then I had one on sale for like $100. But I didn't go anything lower. I'd have to check though. My website is currently offline, so I have to put that back up heading into November. But we'll see. Wait, about 8 more minutes. What I might do is place a order for you guys as well. I might place 2 orders because Euro and what is this? GBP, JPY look good, and we also have news at 9:45, so it could play out into GBP, but we'll see. I'm sorry, it's on USD, so only GBP USD, but USD pairs are going to be affected this morning. So what is this? Yeah, Euro USD. That's what I meant to say. It's definitely going to affect Euro USD. I'm sorry, 0.3%. That trade that hit a break even, I gained 0.3%. Profit is profit, but I would consider that break even. To be honest with you guys. EURUSD H1 highly bearish downtrend. Oh, let's see. H1 hourly time frame bearish trend. So it's pushing down, but I wouldn't really say it's a trend. So the only difference when you say trend, I'm thinking about structure. It is pushing down, but I mean, I would argue that the trend is no longer a trend because it broke structure. If anything, price is pushing up, right? Price is clearly pushing up right now. So I would argue that it's no longer in a bearish trend. So if anything, we're trying to look for that pivotal point to catch that continuation for a buy. That's what I would say. Because if we're still looking for some sort of trend, that break right here broke structure, right? Working on the daily time frame, that bullish trend took out all those highs, took out all those lows, and now it's looking for a pullback to have a nice retracement to potentially have a bullish run, right? If we're working on the higher time frames, doing top-down analysis, I'm analyzing the market from a higher time frame and working down. So I see that price is no longer in a bearish trend. I'm going on the 4-hour, looking for that pullback because we had a break. And that pullback would be around 106. So I argue that we're actually not in some sort of bearish trend, especially on the 1-hour. I would say you're simply looking for a pullback entry. So I don't know. But I have to disagree. Yeah, only time can tell, eh? Only time can tell. So we have about 4 more minutes before the live ends. I'm thinking about going longer, guys. I'm really thinking about it. Or I might just come back at 9:45. We'll see. My morning's pretty chill. We will see. We have about 3 more minutes though. You guys have any more questions? Feel free to ask. If you guys hopped in any trades this morning, let me know as well. Very curious. The only trade I hopped in was GU. TP1 was smacked. Then we got a nice risk-free entry, and we moved our stop loss to risk-free. Price decided to come back down, and we got topped out. I gained a total of 0.3%. Otherwise, it would have been at 0, which is perfectly fine because it's better to gain nothing than to lose something. But if you were able to capitalize on TP1, that's great. We're going to look for another type of setup if we can this morning. If not, rinse and repeat tomorrow. Did you discover trading by chance, or was something you always planned on doing? This was nothing I ever planned on doing. My story started in my freshman year, and I had some guy, he tried to recruit me into IML Academy, and that's where I kind of started learning how to trade. But, you know, the whole undercover ace, that's when I started making videos about how you don't need a company, you don't need the academy, and I started learning on my own. So that's how I originally started trading. I mean, how I found out about it. Someone was trying to get me into their organization. Like most people, they think that you need to be in an organization to be successful. Started trading with them. Didn't work out. Started trading on my own. Started to work out because I started to do stuff on my own. Started to learn concepts on my own. And then the rest is history. And then I just started making videos. That's how I found you. Awesome. You found me from the exposing videos? From Undercover Ace. See you guys. About one more minute. Yep, Cap USD. Oh my God. If that's the case, I have a very special surprise for you. Either Wednesday or Friday. I can't say too much, but I have a very special surprise. I can't speak too much on it. But there will be a surprise this week. I'm excited for it as well. Hey guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'll be back tomorrow 6:30 Eastern Time sharp, and I will send out any updates in the Discord. Everything should be updated by the end of the week, and I think that's all I had to announce. Yep, I think that's everything. But hopefully you guys learned something from this live. Hopefully it was helpful. If you guys were able to make some profit, that's awesome. If not, it's perfectly fine. We do this every day, Monday through Thursday. So shout out to you guys if you're watching this post live stream, if you're in the live stream. Shout out to Supersonic. Shout out to Don't Know Pronounce Your Name. And yeah, I think that's it. Shout out to you guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your morning. If you need my help with anything, you can reach out to me on Instagram at SmartMoneyAce or reach out to me in Discord. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your morning. Trade safe, use risk management, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.